Hello, everyone, and welcome back to tonight's... Welcome back? Yeah, welcome back. This is episode 3, to Insurgence.
You want to do a rerun again?
No, I'm sticking with that one. I'm committing.
Alright.
After this episode, we will be back to live streaming. Right now, we're still having to be recorded due to some technical issues, but next time, we should be back streaming, if all goes as planned. But this is episode 3. In the last 2 episodes, you guys started with the rally, where you guys fought with the Unicrest, a group of rebels that fights against Renond, the government in this, honestly, trying to take over this world. As you went, you found out that the sovereign of Renond uses a thing called a Luxon beacon to basically keep immortality, so if he dies, his soul is just put into a new body. And he can continue to live. You guys tried to take that
2
beacon.
sessions ago.
Yeah, I'm recapping everything.
Okay.
You guys attempted to steal it and got very, very close, but Brady forgot that he...
Fuck off! Fuck off at home, too!
No, but they were unable to succeed due to a myriad of reasons. I mean, there were some close calls. You guys really did well. Like, the counterspell on the power word kill, there's a handful of things that did go in your favor. But after that, you were able to get back to the fight, save a bunch of civilians, and meet up with Cyrus Gold, the captain of a ship, an airship, that is the husband/ex-husband up in the air of your, Geralf's previous captain. But as you guys were traveling, you guys did run into it was an Oni, who had a big bro of a storm giant, which you assisted in retrieving their phylactery. After which, you guys, I don't know if this is after, but you also got Hanson. And he is with you now as well.
No, that was before.
Okay. And then, Leotharn boarded your ship, saying that, you had discovered that your father figure and crewmate, not Martin, is it?
Marcus.
Marcus, thank you. Marcus was on a place called the Black Isle, where Leotharn assisted you getting there, and you discovered a large tower and a black symbiotic island, where you could go to many demi-planes and unfinished planes. And you met the, I still want to call him the Architect, that's not what he's called.
The caretaker?
Caretaker, thank you. I've been listening too much Magnus Archives.
You said that last session too.
Yeah. Where you met the Caretaker. You did eventually get Marcus back, and you made your way, but not before making 2 sendings to the parents of Geralf and then the parents of Seraphina. When you are able to contact Seraphina's father, Derek Haven, he said that he had been buried, and that only got light on rare occasions when they dropped him food, and you were the first form of contact he'd had in almost 2 years. And when you tried to contact Alaric Ben Laura, Geralf's father, he said that he was being experimented on, being needles and tubes. And that is where we had left off last session. Now, you guys are away from the Black Isle. You guys are once again traveling kind of in the middle of everything. Where would you like to go?
Trying to think, because what would be the best plan of attack here?
I don't think we're strong enough to carry on either one of them. In all fairness.
No, I don't think we're strong enough to take on any like super big shots or anything like that. Don't get me wrong.
Like saving your dad or saving
Another
his dad.
thing. You guys both saw mysterious figures that looked both familiar but quickly vanished.
That might be worth looking into, but where would we even start?
I want you two to make perception checks. It's a high DC.
Okay.
What were each of you doing before you saw them?
Well, we were at the Black Isle when I saw mine. Like, we were actively doing that.
Me and you were making that fucking life-shattering party at that bar.
Well, maybe we tried to make another thing like that.
Ooh, I'm gonna have to roll super high.
I don't know what she was doing.
What are we doing?
Perception.
That is at 19 plus 5, so
Fantastic.
24.
That is a 18.
18. Okay. Surfing. As I said, it's a high DC. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that sucks.
I'm sorry, I was excited as soon as you said that.
You notice, as you're kind of thinking about what to do, you kind of sit down, and you notice in your pouch there's something sticking out that you don't recognize.
She's gonna, like, discreetly pull... Like, she's not trying to let everybody else just see what it is, but she's kind of, like, slightly pulling it out at her side and just kind of looking at it.
Yeah, check your D&D Beyond.
Would this be in my inventory?
Yes, it would.
Oh. As she looks at it, she's gonna pause for a second before standing up. Because is she around them right now, or is she like?
I would say you guys just got back onto the ship, and you were just doing the sendings. It's probably been not long. It's probably maybe only been like half an hour since then.
She's gonna look at what's the captain's name again?
Cyrus.
Cyrus. She's gonna look at Cyrus for a moment and go, may I speak to you privately for just a moment?
Sure, why not?
Um,
You can come to my office or my quarters. As he kind of walks you down, he does open up some doors, and you do see. Oh, what's his name? Crap. I am out of it. I asked Jonathan, but I don't know if he'll remember.
Who?
The genie.
Gene.
Gene! I was trying to say, like, Jim, and I'm like, that's not right, because I knew it rhymed with Jin, or genie, but I couldn't remember. You do see as...
Doesn't rhyme with either one of them.
Well, genie. Not rhyme,
doesn't
but...
rhyme.
Yeah, has aspect of it. You do see as Gene is sitting in the corner, just, like, literally floating upside down, like, kind of looking at a book. You can ignore him. He's just Gene. Sits down at, like, a desk. What's up?
I don't know where this note came from, and it only appeared in my pocket after we left the Black Isle. But she's gonna put it out on the desk for him to read. And let him look at it. And she just goes, I feel like this would be a good place to start trying to actively do something. Maybe not aggressively, but more along your idea of lines of passively fighting back against the Vidalcan.
Interesting. He kind of takes it and reads over it. So you're wanting to trust a anonymous magical source that you met on a terrifying symbiote island.
It's better than anything I've got to go on right now, unfortunately.
Doesn't mean it's a good option.
No. I would prefer to keep as few people out of traveling along on that mission as physically possible, so you might just drop us off and then come back to pick us up a little bit later. Like...
Travel.
Just that way your crew stays out of danger. We're not...
Well, to Falmir, I guess.
Yeah, thank you. I don't want any more people than what's necessary to potentially get hurt. So if I can, even if it's just dropping us off to minimize potentially losing anybody in your crew, that would be preferred.
Sure. I'll probably just drop off the new people, the 3 of you. 4, Hanson.
5, Perry.
What?
5, Perry.
He's not in front of you, so in his mind, he's still a pet. So I'll drop off the 4 of you, and we will probably fly in the area. Do any of you have a way of getting a hold of me?
I know Docky has sending.
That'll work. Or send. None of you have a message bird, do you?
I have my crow.
All right. Yeah. I mean, in that case, send me a bird. We won't leave a 10-mile radius of the city.
That works for me.
Unless you tell us to. But.
Yeah, obviously, we would not want to put you in any unnecessary danger.
0 for 2.
What?
Nothing. Motherfuckers putting onions on a fucking cheese pizza. What's wrong with people?
I'm sorry, was there onions on it?
Pizza.
No.
I wonder if they gave you the wrong pizza.
I mean, it was yeah, there were 2 onions on it.
They probably just made a pizza with onion on it right before.
And so a little bit of it just got into.
Dirty bitches.
It happens.
Yeah. I never made the pizzas when I worked there. I just delivered them.
Pieces.
Anyway, so as you two see Cyrus and Seraphina come back up. All right, Meridal, Hentis, we're heading to Falnir. And then Meridal kind of, we aren't 100% familiar with where we are.
Seraphina will go up to them at this point, and she will pull out a map, because I would think she would have her own map.
No, you'd have a map. The problem is you were just on the Black Isle, which isn't on any map.
Yeah, but she can kind of get a better sense, because she travels a lot, so I feel like she would have
The world?
Well,
I feel like she would have a pretty
that's a little bit more complicated than you might think, because there's a lot of uncharted or forbidden parts of the world.
Try flying in one direction, see what happens.
Captain, what direction?
I was just going to say that she was going to pull out a map and try to see if she could figure out.
All you can see for miles is just ocean. There's nothing to go off of.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I'm a big fan of...
East.
I was going to say west.
Split the middle, go nowhere. Fuck it, I should advance to the north. We'll go northwest.
Northwest! As you guys begin to travel. Now, I will say, if you want to have that map ready,
Yeah.
once there's sign of land, that will be very helpful.
Yeah, she's going to have it ready.
Are you saying we could theoretically find forbidden lands and go to them and explore them?
I've been to Forbidden Land once.
What was on it?
Nothing pretty.
Interesting.
Perhaps someday.
I send to Leothorn.
Okay.
What do you know about forbidden lands?
You really have to be more specific.
In the material plane?
No, you're good.
Okay, well, I don't know with you.
I would need your permission to go anywhere else.
It's fair enough. I don't know. You have ways. Forbidden Lands. Well, I mean, obviously, the Freedom Lands. Can I have some context? What do you mean?
We were just talking about how in the open world there is there's forbidden lands, and I was just curious what you knew about them.
Probably the Wastelands.
What's to do with the wastelands?
Well, there used to be a country there. Now it is nothing but dried up rot and wasteland, basically.
Can we fix it?
Well, we'd have to find the source of the problem first.
That sounds like a me problem.
If you can find out the source of the problem, we can see if it's reversible.
I just got a side quest, guys. I don't know what the reward is yet. I'll get back to you.
So, you guys begin your journey northwest.
Do you know what's northwest?
I do.
Anything pretty?
Yeah, actually, I mean.
Because I thought you said that, didn't you say that at one point every direction leads back to, our lands that were...
Freedom lands?
The sovereign lands.
Oh, in the direction of Renand?
Yeah.
I mean, potentially, yes. So, let me pull up my hexes.
And to be fair, the world is round.
How do you know that? That's flat. You have no proof that the D&D world is round.
It's D20 shaped.
Could be.
Mostly round.
Yeah, close enough.
But if...
How do you think melons work? No, I'm kidding.
if Austin from Game Theory, or what the fuck is his actual channel? I don't remember. If he has anything to say, those type of worlds couldn't exist. So...
Oh, you should have heard Austin go on off about Minecraft worlds.
No, yeah, no, that's what I was talking about.
Yeah.
He was so mad.
So, just I'm watching the mic. Brady, whenever you do talk, I do need you to talk a little louder.
I haven't said anything though. Really.
I know. I had it in the back of my mind, but we were role playing, and it got to a moment of quiet. So I was like, okay, now's a good time to bring it up.
Okay. Yeah, I like being quiet.
Yeah, just for.
I'm a quiet guy.
Well, that might be a little too loud.
I don't know. I don't
Find a
have to
balance.
talk. Look, I don't have to talk loud for my voice to cut over everybody else's.
No, it doesn't take much for either of us. We both have very loud voices.
That's true.
We
And
naturally-
actually, sorry.
I was about to say we just naturally also project a lot, so
Yeah.
we talk from a different spot, like our diaphragm. So
Yeah,
it just
yeah.
naturally goes over everything.
So it actually does not take long to see land looking at the map.
Mm.
About 6 or 7 hours of flight. You guys can start to see the silhouette of land ahead of you. If you want to make perception checks to get an idea of where you are.
I can do that. I can't use my passive.
17.
My passive is 19.
Okay,
I can roll.
go ahead and roll
Give
for
me
me.
more
What do you
information.
get?
17.
17? Just because this is more to get an idea of where you are, it's less noticing.
I like how I rolled really good this time. I got a 24.
Dang, okay.
I got a 19 plus 9.
Okay, you two both notice. First, you see some kind of islands here and there. And you do make out a city. But in the distance, you do make out the dome, like the roundish, distant domes of Renand. You aren't heading straight towards Renand, but it's kind of off to the left from where you are. With that information, you can get an idea that you are approaching Absence. And that is the town that is actually in your path, is Absence.
Absinthe? That's a good album.
We're approaching absence.
Well, that means we need to turn and go southwest.
Crazy that we got the right country, though, right?
True. So we're heading southwest. Do we have any reason to stop in Absence? All right, sounds good. Turn! As the crew starts to kind of turn.
Turns.
Marcus tries to go and help, and then Meridel just goes, Dad, let me, please. So Marcus kind of goes back and just sits down.
You look bored, Marcus.
I just want to be helpful. That wasn't his voice, this is his voice. I just wanted to be helpful.
While we're traveling,
Yes.
I was gonna say, Serafina is gonna
I knew people.
go up to Hanson and just be like, she's just gonna go, are you absolutely sure you don't need any help with those bandages? I know it cannot be easy getting all the way around your torso firmly. She is like, really like, dude.
I want you to make an insight check.
She's like, dude, that cannot be easy.
Yeah.
Because she has a really high medicine, so she would know.
Can it prestidigitation his things clean?
They don't look dirt.
Okay, well.
Yeah, because I was about to say her medicine is like +8. Let me find my insight.
You can. No problem. But,
No. That's an 8, fam.
he just says, for now, I'm okay. Again, thank you, Ducky. If I do need help, I'll let you know. This is less... Make a charisma check.
I was about to say, like, she's not the best, but she's genuinely concerned because she's like, if you are that wrapped up and shit, are you sure you're okay? That's a nat 20.
He just goes... It's not... It's more for protection than it is for what's in there. I do need to change them, obviously, because you don't want to wear the same bandages forever. But it's not like I'm dirtying the bandages outside of what I would dirty clothes. It's protecting what's underneath.
Is it just like sensitive, easily destroyed skin?
You could say that. It's a little more complicated than that, but yeah.
I have a good idea of what complicated is like, and she won't necessarily pull her sleeve all the way up, but she does like bring it up a little bit on the right side, the one with all the flowers and stuff, so he can like see the vines like just stopping right around her wrists. She's just like, I know more about complicated than you think, before swiftly pulling it back down over her wrist, so none of the vines are visible.
Yeah.
But I will say, if he looks very closely, he can kind of, like, at the very edge, see them poking up around her collarbones, too.
I will ask you, since this is your thing, would you say 16 is enough to notice that?
Yes.
Okay. So, as you guys are traveling, again, I'm not going to do the... Actually, Cyrus will go ahead and announce. This is going to be quite a journey.
Can I haste the boat?
It is a living creature.
I haste the boat.
Okay. That will help. But it is still going to be... So, what he'll say what he said before. It is going to be about a 12 days journey.
So that would make it a 6-day journey.
No, because that lasts an hour.
So I just keep doing it.
How many spell slots do you have?
Not that many right now.
Yeah.
But if I sleep, I could ration it out.
I'll say, if you haste it just once a day, or how many times a day do you want to haste it? Keep in mind that could be encounters.
3 times a day.
3 times a day, okay. If you haste it 3 times a day, that will reduce it to 8 days. Just because that is 3 hours of 12 hours of travel. That's very rough math. Don't put weight in that. All right, that does save you a lot of time.
I was gonna say, do you want me to roll to see if I accidentally invade anybody's dreams again?
We'll just do 1, just so we can have time for any encounters we have.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll me a D12.
Is that I believe that is a 9.
9. Okay.
No, or is that a 4? I think that's a 4. Hang on, let me double check. No, that is a 4. My bad.
Okay. Oh man, I didn't update. So. Okay. I was doing math, sorry. With a 9, I'll actually have you do it twice.
God, why is this song so fucking...
It was actually a 4. I misread it.
Oh,
that
it's
was,
a 4?
Yeah, I misread it. It was my bad.
Okay.
I was looking for... I wasn't sure if there was a dot, so I had to double check. No, it was a 4, not a 9.
Gotcha. I'll still have you roll twice, just because reasons. But as you do go in, you do see, on the first night, a younger Marcus.
A younger Marcus.
Dad.
Still full beard. Just looks like Giraffe. Really? No, okay.
I mean, you're
Might
not.
be Giraffe's dream.
You're not. You're not kidding though. That's the problem. You're not kidding.
But it does look a lot like a younger Giraffe, except he has some, I won't say less angular, but different angular features, as they are both elf and orc.
Here's Wakanda.
I did, but it means work forever.
Anyway,
Does it?
I don't know.
Archers forever.
you
You disown your
you kind of
side?
see him, and he has both of his eyes. And you see a young half-orc girl.
Oh.
This is not an appropriate song for this moment. 1 second.
No, don't change it.
I'm going to. I'm sorry.
How
Such a
dare you.
fucking banger, though.
I'm upset
You like
and
it?
frankly appalled.
That's not bad.
Hi, babe.
Would you like me to put my foot down so it's a little, like... There you go. My foot's firmly on it.
Seraphine, as you're watching this, you see the younger Marcus with a young half-orc girl, which he seems to be very protective over. They're on a ship, and you see a younger Cyrus and a younger Evelyn. As they both look younger in love, and if you look closely, it looks like Evelyn has a little bit of a baby bump.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's not appropriate, God.
As Cyrus kind of looks back at Evelyn, kisses her real quick and has her go below deck, and Marcus, because it feels like you're in his perspective, leans down to this young half-orc girl and says, Meridal, I need you to get inside, and I have a very important job for you. I need you to protect Evelyn. You're a big, strong girl, and I need you to protect her, okay? As she goes, okay, Dad, I can do that, and runs in deck behind Evelyn. As Marcus goes over and kind of pats Cyrus's shoulder, we'll keep him safe. And at this point, the perspective switches. And you see a large figure moving the water. A large, not quite humanoid figure. But there is a hand. They're in water instead of the sky. As a hand pushes the boat, and you just can feel in the streamscape your body kind of get pushed and hold on as you watch from now third party rather than in Marcus's perspective. Watch Marcus run towards this figure as this hand swipes and lightning strikes, and you see Marcus get flown back, and the dream itself gets blurry. And as he gets up, it's almost as if you can only see out of one eye.
Oh,
He
shit.
watches as Cyrus moves forward, putting on a mask of a golden dragon. As he goes forward, slash, slash, and you feel yourself kind of lift. Marcus still unconscious on the ground, but watching other members of the crew, both familiar and unfamiliar, fight this figure. And your perspective switches again to waking up to Cyrus slapping you, once again in Marcus's body. Needed to get up, friend. We could really use your help here. As you feel yourself / Marcus kind of get up, take a deep breath, kind of look to each side, and you see a second shadow of Marcus as you both run into the fray as you wake up.
So many questions to ask his captain later. Because I don't think Cyrus is going to tell me.
What was your second number you got? Or do you want to roll?
I want to roll. That's a 2.
2. Giraffe.
Son of a bitch!
It was
I
1, 2, and 3 was Hanson, and then Marcus, and then
Well, every time I go in, I remember what happened the one time I did accidentally go into his dreams. I was like, oh fuck, I'm about to be murdered.
I don't think you've went into my dreams after the reboot, though. Have you?
during session zeros,
We did?
just once.
Okay.
Just once. Yeah, that almost did not end well for her. She was like, oh shit, my bad.
Your dreams are not one of your haunting dreams, necessarily. But you do recognize a feeling of Giralf, as you've been in his dreams before. Just once. But this is different.
Sky Mommy was in there too, and she was not happy.
As
Just never happy.
you are just perceiving this. You are just like a spectator. Giralf, you are bartending. You are working. Seems like a normal day to you. But as you look across the bar, you're not really paying attention. You're just kind of in the motion. And every time you hand over a drink, you're realizing you're just giving the same drink every time. Whiskey with lime, whiskey with lime, whiskey with lime. Weird. You don't think anything of it. You keep bartending. You're not even paying attention to the people you're tending to. You see money coming into the jar, but you're just in the motion. I want you to make a will check, a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, wow, that's not one.
As you are there, just bartending and bartending, for you, every single customer's face is blurry. It doesn't matter. You're trying to look and focus on the customers, the people he's serving. You're noticing the same thing. Whiskey and lime, whiskey and lime, whiskey and lime, whiskey and lime. The bottle never goes empty. The lime never runs out. Same drink every time. But you try and look at the customers' faces and it's just a blur. It's like your eyes won't look at them. And you hear, look at me, 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 look at me. And you wake up.
The fuck?
That's a great question.
Nat one.
Did you try looking at them?
I have
You
to go
know,
to the bathroom. I will be right back.
I'm
This
not
makes
an
me have to
expert,
go. I love energy drinks, but they do not love me.
But it seems like they wanted you to look at them.
You weren't even there, bitch. Stop medicating.
I was out of here.
Obviously, I tried looking at them. Actually, I don't know.
You
With a
didn't
nat one,
try
I
looking
might
at them.
not.
She did.
Yeah, for you were just in the motion. You were just bartending. You found it odd that you were serving the same drink every time. But other than that, it would just work until you heard that. But that phrase, look at me, is what woke you up. You didn't get a chance to look.
What the fuck is going on?
Here, go back to sleep. You can try again.
So, she is currently gone. So, Jonathan,
What's up?
roll me a D69.
A D69.
I will finish that list at some point.
That's a 1, a 6, and a 19.
19.
It threw me off because I rolled the D10, and so it said 91, and I was like, that's not right. That can't be right. Crazily enough, that is what is also on my D20 right now.
19?
Yeah, because that's what it rolls in perception check. That's funny. Wonder how often that happens and I just never pay attention to it.
As you all are traveling, you hear Cyrus quietly but firmly. All elf can get below deck immediately.
That mean me.
You do not appear as elvish.
But if it's Vendalken, we have a bounty.
That's true. Or if you have a bounty.
I'm gonna hide in the payroll.
Okay. As you guys
On
do
deck.
below deck.
No,
Or
on deck.
on deck?
Yeah.
Okay, make a stealth check.
I have a high plus to that, so. That's a 24? 23? 23.
Okay.
I think.
Geralt, what do you do?
I'm probably just gonna chill on board, kind of think about that dream.
Okay. Did you hear what just happened?
No, I guess I didn't. Sorry.
Cyrus said, if you are elf folk or have a
I'm
bounty on
staying
your
below
head,
deck,
get
yeah.
below deck.
Yeah, I'm staying below deck.
Oh, Seraphine is definitely getting below deck. She has a bounty on her head, especially in Falmir.
Ducky does too. Ducky did not stay below deck.
Ducky is hiding on a barrel on deck.
Yep. There's fish covering me, or whatever they have.
So are you guys watching through, like, windows at all?
And there's a little hole Ducky can go.
Sure. I like just like the single eye hole.
If they pay, if they have a pass of above 23, then they could be like, there's somebody in that barrel. But if not, they don't see the eye hole.
As you guys watch, you hear people above deck kind of moving around. And as you're looking through the peepholes, passive perceptions will be enough for this. You see a large ship. Something you consider more of a luxury liner. Slower, more powerful, much larger. Move in front of you. But it's a luxury liner only by build. It is painted a dark gray. Each member on top have the same tint of gray hoods. And they're moving around deck watching your ship closely. As the ship passes, you see a banner kind of sealed to the side of the ship that has the symbol. How's supposed to describe this? It's kind of like a lightning bolt, but in the shape of an S or a Z, an S, something along those lines. And through it, you see what looks like fine slivers of metal. Here, I will have you guys make active perception checks to get more information.
25.
22.
It's a nat 20. So, you know, the highest I could possibly get.
22.
26. 17 on the die.
You guys all see these fine layers of metal that are making this symbol on the side of it. You can see a mechanism. Almost like this is pulled up to be spiked so they can ram into other ships with it. It is both their symbol and a weapon.
We're not about to get rammed, are we?
With your perception checks, everyone got above 20, you also see that all of the gray hooded figures have dark blue skin beneath. As it travels. Where's my D20? There we go.
About to see if it hits the ship or not.
It watches closely, but detects no reason to attack, and moves on.
Did you make an active perception roll?
Mm-hmm. You guys wait another 15, 20 minutes. And you hear, it's clear.
Pop out of the barrel.
Okay.
She'll come back up on deck.
But as I pop out, I go, poo!
Are you fucking kidding me?
I knew he was in there. It was much faster than I expected. Apparently they have striker patrols out, though, and that's not good. Probably actively looking for you, if I'd guess.
We did cause quite the ruckus.
Or just high bounty.
Yes, it was part of the ruckus. I mean, we did technically actively attack their reigning leader.
I want you two, I don't think you would know, because you're not as familiar with out here, to make history checks.
You would do that.
I was about to say, I lived out
You
here.
can roll the disadvantage if you like.
I lived out here. I feel like I would know.
I've been everywhere, man.
Well, she lived in Falnier for a really long time.
You were not near Found There.
Oh,
yeah.
no, that's a nat one.
Well, I did it as like a joke. I've been everywhere, man.
18.
With disadvantage?
Yeah, I rolled a 15.
What do you get?
I'm trying to... still learning how to navigate this dumbass. Let's see. 12.
I would not know shit. I got a nat one.
Yeah. You are not in the cities often. And most of the time you spent on ground, not in the air. You've heard of the Strikers. Your Strikers, they are basically elite mercenary Vidalkans.
But to look at me and be like, you've seen a striker.
No. But you have heard more. You did spend time with the Unicrest.
Mm-hmm.
Though the Strikers are more of a older method of hunting for the Vidalcan. They do not work directly for Renand, but it's basically out of anyone's budget but Renand.
Huh.
They are some of the deadliest bounty hunters that is accessible to anyone. Now, they do, of course, have their biases as they are loyal to their country. You know that if, like, the Unicrest tried to hire them, it probably wouldn't matter how much they paid. They do have a loyalty to Renand, but they are people you do not want to mess with, especially if you're in an airship.
Interesting. On a scale of 1 to 20, how powerful are they?
Are you asking this?
Yes.
I've been fortunate enough not to have to deal with them, but I haven't heard of anyone who survived.
Interesting.
So I would guess 20.
Is it a new day yet, then?
Sure.
I said to Leothard.
Okay, sure.
Hey, so, know anybody who survived the strikers in Renand yet? Trying to figure out power levels right now.
I mean, honestly, I don't spend much time on the political side of things, and I don't spend a lot of time in the air. I could look into it.
Please do, because if there was a survivor, they'd be interesting to talk to.
I am busy, but I'll see what I can find if I run into anything. Okay. Anything you guys would like to do during this day? This is about 3-4 days into your travel.
You know who Domus are with the Queen's intelligence?
Dobu?
Dobu. Dabu, sorry. Or is it Dobu?
Dobu.
I want to have basically a book that does the same thing. It's basically a Google search of Leothar's memories.
You've talked about this before.
So that I can just be like, what is your favorite color? And then it just tells me Leothar's favorite color. Or I could be like, this.
I was gonna say, Seraphina is probably gonna spend the day in her room, so she doesn't have to wear like overshirt, so she can just kind of be in like a tank top, but she's just gonna spend the day in her room like druid crafting like plants and stuff to make her room more homey to her.
I want to look over the railing. Can I see the ground?
The ground?
Yeah, are we flying too high to see the ground?
No, you can see the ground.
I want to be trying to look for any secrets in the ground. Like
Any
if there's
what?
if there's like a cave or something like that that isn't on a map, I want to be looking for those type of things in the air.
Make a perception check. This is pretty thick forest, and so it's kind of hard to see the ground.
That's a natural 20, 29.
Where are you?
Sounds like...
Save, just in case. Just so I can have somebody confirming that nat 20.
The lucky ducky.
That
Lucky
rubber...
ducky indeed.
Lucky ducky.
That lucky
I mean,
rubber ducky.
literally the only reason you're even able to get a hold of Jarlstad is because of Nat 20.
Yeah, I know.
Um,
Only whenever you're like well, this is gonna be hard. My dad's like, bet.
Or did you mean my dad?
Lucky ducky. No, because you've seen your dad recent enough that whenever you created an illusion or in message showed his face,
I think
it was fresh enough you were able to. Where with him, he hadn't seen his father since he was really little, so it was very challenging.
I mean, technically she hadn't seen him since she was 9, so we only had 9-year-old her's perspective of her dad to go off.
I thought you were like 15 or 16.
No, because...
Oh, right.
He
Because
abandoned her to go do other things when she was 9.
and then
really
you saw him get taken later, but you didn't see his face.
I did not see his face. So you have 9-year-old her's perspective before he went off to really focus on his Haven terrorist group.
I rolled high for you. I rolled higher for me.
Word.
I don't have anything planned for this.
Bro, you know.
Actually, I'll just pull up one of my random encounters, my foot travel encounters.
I see secrets.
If I roll a nat 20, can Droll be French?
You don't. That's a character decision. You don't have
That's
to
a
roll
character decision.
I can't do that, bro.
Yes, you can.
I really can't.
You want to.
It's too late.
It's never too late.
Yeah, Droll comes up from the deck and he's just like, French now.
Ducky was.
I was hiding my true self from all of you.
Ducky had a Spanish accent for a little bit there.
Yeah.
No.
Just because I felt like talking in a Spanish accent, that Ducky came back with a Spanish accent, and then we retconned it that it wasn't Ducky.
Huh?
I have my French character planned out.
All right, let's get to him.
I need you to roll me a D100.
Can I make like a little headcanon while we're waiting for that? As she's usually doing druidcraft, like the vines and like the mold from the other side just kind of like creep up just a little bit higher, so it's a little bit more visible as she's doing it normally.
86.
Because like, you know, she is actively as plants basically growing out of her, so using druidcraft on plants, just because it's coming from her, it just naturally affects the stuff that's, you know, literally feeding off of her.
15?
56.
56. I don't want her 15.
Give me a D1000 list, and if you roll 666, you're immediately ported to hell. Or just a demon appears. Something
What would
like
you roll?
Huh? 3d10?
This one doesn't make sense
Okay, then I'll reroll.
because of how you are finding this encounter.
Keep in mind, I am looking for specific things, like secrets. You know, I liked 56 so much. I went for 46.
You would.
I would choke on your finger.
This one's fine.
Nice.
Oh, God.
You don't see anything, but you hear that, the puppy.
Can I fly down?
Um,
I asked Cyrus to stop the ship before I do that.
Yeah, it's fine. So what you guys see is, Cyrus, stop the ship!
I don't see that.
I am free falling until I'm on 30
Do I just
feet,
see
and then I
him,
catch
like-
myself floating.
Do I see him plummet past my window?
You just see Ducky just past your window.
I'm Superman diving.
Droll's like mid-food, like...
This isn't crazy. He could handle the sun as well. As you go down, you see a bunch of small lights kind of whizzing around to what scared me. What looks like 2 wolf pups.
I go down.
Okay.
First, I would roll animal handling
Okay.
to be like not
Threatening.
threatening. I am proficient in that, so hopefully I will go.
I'll say the pups do not seem to focus on you. They seem to be scared of these lights.
This is just passive.
Okay.
So that's 16 plus 6, so 22.
Okay.
Can I roll Arcana to see what the lights are? Nature?
Arcana or perception.
Perception, you say?
Fucking
Not-
bards. He's a bard.
That is a 17.
No, he's not a bard.
I am a bard.
He's a bard.
They seem to be small fairies or pixies of some kind. That seem to be taunting and hurting these pups.
want to do here? Because there's a lot I could do here. I know Sylvan, right? Would I know that they speak Sylvan?
What?
If I know the language Sylvan, would I know what speaks Sylvan?
You could assume that is a Fey language. You know that much.
So, are they saying anything or anything like that?
They're laughing.
Oh. In Sylvan, I go, what the fuck are you doing? Like, exactly like that.
They each look at you and just, and then fly away.
That's what I thought. Do you have any spare meat is the question.
The pups seem, with your roll that you made earlier, hesitant but not running.
Can we say that I have meat? I have rations. Can I have meat?
I'll say, usually I imagine rations as like dried vegetables and meat, like jerkies.
Dried
So,
meat?
yeah.
I give them some dried meat.
One of the puppies kind of moves closer and just kind of grabs another one and drops it in front of the other puppy. And it starts to chew. Around this time, are you looking over the edge? You kind of see past where he dived down because it's a thick tree.
Cool.
The tree's going. You feel it in the ground.
Do the wolf pups look scared?
No.
Mama.
I wait.
I just realized I don't think I ever updated my languages for this campaign. I don't think I ever added my other languages for this campaign.
Okay, you're welcome to. You are not.
Let me look. What is my intelligence?
Fuck.
It's just plus your intelligence.
Yeah, no. I just need to see how many I needed to add.
No, I was talking to him. You and me both, Bucko. You and me both. Yours is worse off than mine is.
So, it's not as exaggerated as I initially said, in fairness. But you do feel like just a little quicker, but big.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to make a perception check, Rolf, you're welcome to.
Sure. Why not? I would actively do anything to help my friend Ducky.
How do I add more languages in D&D Beyond?
That one or
14.
14.
I'm not sure. I will have to update it later. 14?
14.
Not a high check. You do see, for just a moment, ears pop up and go back down.
Like big ears?
Like big canine ears, but like popped up.
Like 10-foot ears?
Like I see this from the sky,
5
so
ears.
I imagine they're
Pretty
fucking
big.
ears.
As you, kind of with the pups, while you're waiting, while you're kind of looking around, make a nature check on the pups to see if you can figure out what kind of pup they are.
Can I get advantage from knowing where we are in the, because if we're in the nature lands, then I could assume they're one of the big animals.
These pups are just pups.
They're just regular pups?
Yes.
Okay, well, nature, it's not that high. Nature, it's a 13.
That's not super high. You can tell they are thinner than wolves, smaller than wolf pups.
Interesting.
But they are definitely canine. They're definitely dog of some kind. Let me make sure that this makes sense.
How many languages do we get?
Depending on what your intelligence is.
In that case, you already have all of them, probably.
Yes. You just add a number of equal to your intelligence modifier.
I'll see.
You don't.
As you're looking at these pups, kind of feeling these vibrations walking your direction, the thing that gives away that it's not a wolf is its ears are a little too big. Again, it's a little skinnier than a wolf pup would be.
Can he hear me from the ship?
No.
I could jump down there just in case.
But as you look over, no nature check needed. You see a gargantuan jackal.
Oh, it's a jackal.
Jackal pups.
Hi.
Kind of just moves its head down. Its head alone is probably 10 foot wide, 15 foot long.
I'm going to take the rest of my jerky and I give it to him.
Yeah. For a moment, it ignores you and just kind of nuzzles the pups as the pups kind of like onto the big jackal's face. As it just kind of nuzzles, gets up, picks up the jerky, and like a... Because to its size, it's not.
I jump down.
Okay.
Make that animal handling check.
I jump down just because, like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. I see this big-ass dog and you went down there. So I'm like...
Yeah. You guys know what jackals look like?
Yes.
Like real life jackals?
Yeah, real life jackals.
Yeah,
Yes.
roughly. Yeah.
They're so cute.
Skinnier, much bigger ears. As you're kind of coming down, are you going storm avatar so you can fly? Or are you just jumping?
How far up am I?
It's like 200 feet.
So how bad would it hurt?
20d6.
Yeah. Let's go Storm Avatar.
Is that more than the max velocity in D&D?
I don't know. But either way, roughly 20d6. As you go storm...
D10 as well.
Maybe it is. I don't remember off the top of my head.
In fact, Zion,
Uh-huh.
it is D6, and that is the maximum.
So I could...
As you go
So
storm
if
avatar
you're
and you come down, as it kind of looks at you cautiously,
And make another animal handling to be like...
it's not being hostile or running away.
No, I know. I'm just being like, this guy's Joe. This guy's Joe. Persuasion, maybe?
Make an animal handling check.
16 plus 6, so another 22.
Kind of goes over and nuzzles the pups again, and just kind of looks at this like lightning humanoid figure coming towards it. Just kind of backs up a little bit as you come down and land, and you now see two jackal pups and the gargantuan jackal. These pups do not look like they will be gargantuan. They are normal jackal pups.
Right. Let's see here.
Can I roll? I don't know what that would be.
What are you wanting to find out?
Because these are obviously not its pups, that if they're not going to be gargantuan, right?
I'll say, make a general intelligence check.
15 plus 1, I think. 2. 15 plus 2.
You do not have the knowledge you need. You know someone who might.
Are javelins full metal?
Javelins?
Yeah.
They're typically wooden with a metal tip.
Okay.
We can make you a full metal one, though.
No, that's not what I was asking.
And that person would be Aurora.
Okay. There's no way that I can communicate with these beings, right?
Not right now.
Okay.
Unless you have speak with animals.
I do not.
So I'm gonna break the tip off of one of the javelins,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna like see if they want to play fetch.
Okay. Make a... It's going to sound dumb, but attack roll. No, let's just see how far you throw it.
Oh, okay.
Would it be athletics?
Sure, athletics.
Also, though, we should make you a full metal spear.
Yeah, especially since you're a storm avatar.
That would be cool.
Because the lightning would conduct through it.
I want to throw this bitch far.
Not with an at 1, you're not.
That's a nat 20 plus 9. I'm like, here you go, pups.
As you throw it, even without the metal tip, which is typically what gives it the weight to arch correctly, with the pure force of will that is that throw, just as it leaves your tips, it like, and you just see I want you to make an animal handling check as well. It'll be a low DC because of him.
Fuck.
To see if the big one goes for it as well.
That's a nat 1 plus 2, 3.
I'll say advantage.
Okay. That is a 18.
You kind of just see the pups kind of get up and start to run, and you just see the big one just look at you, look in the direction it went, and like almost faster than you expect something this big to go. Just, and you see like the trees for a second, like.
I love big animals.
You kind of wait a minute, and then you just hear like. It's just like it's like right in front of your face and just it's like halts to a stop and just drops it.
Would I be feeling these vibrations?
You're in the air.
Yeah, I was about to say, are they so strong that we can feel them in the air?
No.
Okay.
So I pick it up and then I like start loving on him.
Okay. He kind of accepts.
We're totally keeping
And the pups, you just see, like go running back.
How do we keep this?
Exactly.
How do we keep this all of them? I mean, the pups could come on the ship, and then he could just follow us. Question: can I ride him? He's big enough to ride, right?
Oh yeah.
I was about
You
to
could
say,
probably
if
land the
you-
ship on him. Like
I was about to say, if it came down to it, you do know a druid.
these trees, and so when I said the size of the head, I could be wrong. The gargantuan beasts are extremely rare, but on average, if you were to stand on his hind legs alone, would probably be 120 foot tall.
Oh my god, how do we keep this?
I want one. This is one of the things that I've been looking for in the campaign.
Okay.
At one point, I wanted a bird because the birds would be cool.
We're totally naming it Fenrir.
Yeah, Fenrir is obviously the name.
Yes, it's the name. It has to be the name.
I'll say it does kind of nuzzle you, which just kind of like even for your strength, kind of it kind of picks you up.
Oh,
I'm loving on the puppies.
Yeah.
As it does kind of get up and quickly kind of look up and start to walk away.
So I sent, first thing I do
Mhm.
is I send to Serafina. Hey, following a big jackal, like really big jackal. If you want in, you need to be down here right now.
As she gets this, you just the sigh, the overshirt quickly gets the one that the Oni made her. She puts that on because it's lighter weight. It's more breathable. She's like, oh, thank God. Secretly, she quickly puts that on, and then she just quickly goes up on deck. Everybody just watches as she wild shapes into a bird really quick, a quick bird. Like she turns into like a falcon, and she just shoots down after, just to go follow them.
Okay. All right. As do you say anything to the crew, or do you just like?
No, says nothing. She's just like, but it's like the look of, oh, here we go.
I'll say as you get up, you're kind of like, oh gosh, and you just for a second hear Cyrus go, this is like the third time this has happened. As you do fly down as a giant eagle.
I said a falcon.
Oh, a giant falcon. Sorry.
Question.
Statistically, you'd be a giant eagle because that's the
Yeah.
equivalent.
I was just gonna say it's like a low-level bird. Like she's just going for speed.
Yeah.
not-
So I will say with a giant eagle, this is friendly. DM being friendly, they are faster than your allies can fly, and they are big enough to carry 2 humanoid.
Oh, that is true. Yeah, so I might as well
So-
just do the giant eagle. So she just kind of.
So you are a
Giant
giant
eagle.
falcon,
Yeah. I was gonna try.
statistically
I
eagle.
was gonna try and climb on the big dog. The jackal.
That's exactly what
She was just gonna fly down really quick. So as she catches up, she's just gonna fly down, hook a claw in the back of each of your shirts as you're following along, pick you up, and kind of try to gently put them on top of the jackal.
Okay. So you just see a slightly purple giant falcon just your direction, and you just feel the back of your shirt as you get lifted up onto the back of the
Dwarf's
jackal.
like, God damn it, Seraphina, God damn it!
Are the puppies up there? Because if not, I would have grabbed the puppies.
I say you're holding the puppies and like, look at these.
I'm holding on to them for dear life. I don't care about my own life at this point. I'm just like, nothing touches these things.
Seraphina's got you. She wouldn't drop you, or them, for that matter.
In all fairness, I wasn't expecting it, so my instinct reaction, parental guidance kicks in.
As you're lifted, the pressure of you is felt on its back. I mean, he stops and realizes it's you. And kind of walks.
I'll start petting it.
It's what's weird about this is it's not like you got a normal sized jackal and just made it big. It's not like each one of its hairs is this big around. It is just a ton of extremely long, extremely fine hair.
I was gonna ask, can I
It's
try
odd.
mental linking? Like,
Very
respect. Can I
A
respectfully?
little matted, but
Can I respectfully try to mental link with this jackal?
okay.
If it speaks any language, it does not matter. I can communicate with it via the mental link.
A link is connected, but there is no speech.
Okay. She just kind of uses images to convey big eagle, friendly.
Make a persuasion check. Or animal handling, whatever you're better at.
Well, animal handling is a wisdom check, so.
Let me get to it.
I realized I was switching between your character sheets,
Yeah, I'm definitely.
but I didn't turn off Seraphina's, and hers is on top in the order. And so I couldn't see when I was switching.
That is 14 plus 8, my guy.
14 plus 8?
Yes. So that's 22, I think.
To us with the 22s, let's go.
You get a sense of understanding. You also get a warning. A sense of... I don't know of a good word for this, but sacredness.
She's just gonna give like the feeling of I will respect anything that's sacred to you. Like I'm not going to.
And
touch
you get a sense of...
no touching, no destroying anything. Just very respectful.
He is the thing that is sacred.
You see basically like a black and purple dot and then like a green and brown dot that vaguely resemble your friends. And just like an understanding of make sure they understand sacred.
She's gonna like quickly mental link to them and just be like and just go. It is communicating something sacred to me, and so let's be very respectful wherever we're going. Do not destroy anything.
Obviously.
Do not damage anything. Do not try to fight anything that comes into our path.
When am I
Unless it is hostile.
I said, when am I a fighter?
She's saying that, I know Geralf isn't here, but she's more saying that to Geralf. Like, don't try to fight anything that just comes across your path. Be respectful.
I will say, you also get a sense of, with that sacred, more meaning secret.
And don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody where we're going.
This was a great idea, Zion.
I mean, you rolled, and I made it make sense for my world.
Nice.
Do you want to, while we're waiting for Geralf, because he kind of needs to...
What was the actual role?
The actual encounter is you encounter a sacred animal being bothered by Fae. That are easily scared off, which is why whenever you were like, back off, they all ran away, because it said easily scared off.
What exactly the fuck are you doing?
Hey! They're like, hey! What are you doing?
Like, I ain't scared. I scared.
I scared. Oh, you're big. I scared.
So, I don't say most, usually when things are referred to as a sacred animal, it is the gargantuan animals. I'll say this since we're still waiting for Geralf. You know that the hunting a gargantuan animal is extremely illegal.
Wouldn't plan on doing it anyways.
Not that you guys would, but like if someone were to be killed, be caught killing a gargantuan beast, it is like death penalty or life in prison instantly. Potentially multi-million gold bounty. Like, you do not mess with the big beasts. And that's per the Naturelands and per Renond. That is a accepted rule.
I would feel like in Seraphina's eyes, anyways, because partially because she's a druid, just because she's always been in nature.
Mm-hmm.
You go after a gargantuan animal, it is on site with her. She's like, "You're gonna die." She sees you even trying anything, you're gonna
I'm
die.
very curious. Renan doesn't seem to care for things like that, so I wonder why they are.
Well, if
Interesting.
Gives me feelings of uneasiness. I don't think they're doing it for the right reasons.
Me?
Maybe he's about to take us to their leader, and he's just like, "Sup, dude?" And he's an actual person, and wearing like a flower crown.
A gargantuan chimera, just like.
whoa, come on!
I wasn't thinking chimera.
Well, I was just like, how can I combine the most animals in one thing?
I was just thinking like a dude with robes and like a flower crown and a staff.
That's fair.
And he's just like, "Sup, I'm the king of the
You
nature."
shall not.
And not less like Gandalf and more like the whatever his name is, the Brown.
Oh, okay, yeah, I get that.
The one who's
Very
nature.
What?
So, the important thing you got, we didn't do a whole lot. Wherever you are going right now, wherever the jackal's taking you, is sacred and secret.
AKA, Seraphina was like, "Hey, do not tell anybody, and do not fight anything that crosses our path unless it is hostile.
Even if it's hostile. Even if it's hostile.
Be careful.
Even if it's hostile?
Even if she said be careful if it's hostile, but do not unnecessarily attack anything. Do not break anything. Do not damage anything."
I'll just stay here. Fuck.
You're like, that's my whole skill set.
I'm literally the one that breaks shit. Fuck shit up.
I'm thinking other big animals though, and I know you like big animals.
I mean, I want him. Yes. Or her. We haven't decided. Haven't found out.
Well, it doesn't matter if it's male or female. It's still finger.
Yeah. It's still gonna be my dog.
Did we see big hanging balls or?
No, you did not.
Ah. It's either got its balls chopped off, which is why it can't have
It's
kids,
probably a female, Jack.
or it's a female. Yeah, those are the two options.
As you guys are riding,
No low-hanging fruit.
you feel as you guys feel yourselves get lower, as if he's almost like squat walking to stay below the tree
You just
line.
said he, bitch. What is
She.
it? Okay.
I've been trying, by the way, I'll just go ahead and say it. This whole time I've been trying to stop myself from saying mama. Because the pups, and I was like, yeah, so mama, because that's what we called Ox's mom, was just mama, and that's, my mind was at.
Hey, mama.
Mom.
Mummy.
Mother.
You kind of see as this gargantuan jackal's kind of walking low, very comfortably, as if it does this a lot, so it's not just above the tree line.
Mm-hmm.
But by doing that, you do kind of get a moment of like tree branches like in your face, as you are also now kind of below the
Can I
branches.
crawl into its fur? So that way it doesn't hit me in the face.
So you can kind of like push up its fur to like use it as cover, but you can't go like under its fur.
I just lay him in. I just lay like.
Take a nap.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said earlier, the fur is very soft, but it is matted. It is a wild animal.
I cast prestidigitation on this fur.
It's a 5-foot cube, so you just kind of like the chunkier like you see is matted. You just kind of like, and it's like a little extra fluffy, a little extra soft. As
for Giraffe as well.
you see, as the trees are even getting higher above you. As you look around, you are walking into what kind of looks like a small valley, where the trees above have almost like grown at an angle to keep the tree line from above.
I will say she's flying below the tree branches, so she's like very carefully like not touching the
Yeah.
jacket.
You could honestly just land on it and stay low as the
Like,
bird.
She's going to do that.
Because again, the trees, if you were to be above the tree line, it just looks like a tree. The way that the trees have kind of crossed. As you go deeper down, you kind of see as you are now deeper in a valley. You've traveled a lot by foot, but this is nothing you've seen before. To where you are almost completely underground. But ahead you see light. And on the ground, you see the carved stone fixture of what looks like a canine's head. Most likely a jackal based off the size of the ears.
Is this like a teleportation circle, but only for specific things?
Vaguely, this is what you see.
Okay.
As you do look around, you do also see where there is like built-in ancient ruins built into the side of this deep cavern, where you are completely underground except for that large hole in the earth. And even that seems to be mostly covered by tree. There's tree light coming through, but even the trees in that area have kind of grown over to keep the tree line flat. As the jackal kind of goes and lays, kind of does like the circle, and then like lays down exactly on the plate of the jackal. And just falls asleep.
At this point, I will come out of my wild shape.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would like to take a look around, look at the ruins and things like that.
You're the only person that understands this writing.
I was about to say, again, can I see, like, if anything druidic?
As it is druidic, yes. As you just see basically what's understood as... So the ancient druids didn't have the names for the animals like we do now.
Mm-hmm.
It just says, in druidic, here lies the slender canine. Roughly. Or the slender wolf. And it doesn't say here lies as in death, but here lies as here resides.
Mm-hmm. Can I try, like, quietly speaking it out in druidic? Real quick to see if, I just want to see if anything happens.
As you do so, there's almost like a gust of wind, like an understanding that the earth itself could hear you.
Kind of like what just happened. What's up?
You see, you kind of like what just happened?
Yeah, there's a huge gust of wind outside. Do you not hear that?
Oh.
It was so perfectly timed, too.
Like, I'm not fucking around. It really,
Yeah, like real life, there's a gust.
no,
There's
it
actual
was-
wind.
Well, so she does do it just loud enough that they barely hear her, like, just quietly.
You do,
druidic.
yeah, just hear muttering and then the wind. As the two jackal pups kind of jump down or are kind of playing on the ground in this temple space.
I'm going to investigate the temple.
As you kind of go out and look around, I don't even with your passive investigation to start.
Mm-hmm.
You do see as there is places where you can enter, places where you can continue to walk. This cave does go further, but beyond to your sight. As past this point, it is quite dark.
But I can see through it.
For 60 feet.
120 feet.
How?
My vestige.
Oh, fair enough. Yes, you can
and
see.
also magical darkness.
What?
And also see through magical
Okay.
darkness.
Yes, you can see 120 feet, but it does keep going.
There's a thing this way that I'm going to start walking down. Is that okay, Doggo?
It's sleeping.
I start walking in that direction.
You
Is
do
it
notice
more-
as this pathway is the right size for this gargantuan jackal to walk through. They are a massive cavern. Now, walk through at it slightly squatted, but still massive. Do you two follow?
Yeah.
You do see some more writing. You see something. As you're walking, you do see occasional markings for other things that you can kind of deduct what they might be, like again, it's kind of hard, but each thing it describes, you're kind of able to make out, like the brown beast. You can put together maybe the brown bear and like things like that. And I'm not saying here resides, but just mentions of things. But there's one that doesn't click in your mind. The singing bird. A lot of birds sing, but something about this feels foreign.
She's gonna read that one out loud as well. She's also gonna like very gently like touch the words, like just because in her mind she's like,
I want you to make a general wisdom check, just to tap into your natural druidic.
you said
Just
General wisdom.
And you can roll this with advantage.
okay. It's a nat 20 plus 5.
As you say this and as you touch this, you can feel sadness. You're not sure why. But the singing bird, whatever it was, the thought of it makes the earth sad.
Like it like sad as in like it passed?
Perhaps. There is some imagery. Ducky,
What's up?
I want you to make a nature check.
A nature check. Why did you choose my? Where did
Screenshot.
my other D20 go?
Thank you.
17 plus. I think it'll be plus 3. Yeah, so a natural 20.
Natural 20.
Screenshot.
I'll describe what you see first. Looking at this imagery, it's definitely bird. It is kind of a fatter body with a long beak.
Are you about to describe the phoenix?
No.
Okay.
It's almost like, what's odd about it is, for a moment you don't think there's wings. But as you look closely, they're just faded. They were very thinly carved, almost like they move so fast. This is a hummingbird. You've never seen a hummingbird before.
Are they only in the Freedom Lands? Are you about to tell me there's one of them in the Freedom Lands?
Hummingbirds are somewhat common, especially in the lively parts of...
I'm talking like a gargantuan
Maybe.
hummingbird.
But you two, you've never seen a hummingbird before. You
Do
don't
they-
know what that is.
Do they look confused about what the thing is?
I don't know how closely Rolf is paying attention, but Seraphina does.
You don't know what that is?
I've never seen one.
That's a hummingbird.
Can she say hummingbird and druidic too? Just to see if that does anything.
Ken, do you just feel that sadness?
I show a picture through message of what a hummingbird looks like.
Yeah, you've never seen anything like that before.
I almost want to like touch the earth and cast druid craft. I almost want to because I don't. What do I have on me currently? Hang on. What are my spells currently?
I was paying attention, by the way. My phone's about to die, so I sent him screenshots of my stuff.
Okay.
He has a charger.
Yeah, I just don't have a wall plug-in.
Yeah.
Weren't you using one the last time?
Yeah, I moved it back to the room, I think. 1 second.
I gotta get a new phone battery.
I will say for the day, she would have taken probably Speak with Plants
That's fair.
as one of her spells.
Holy shit, Zion.
What?
I just realized you weren't saying that we should go and, like, visit Aurora. You were saying I should send to Aurora.
Can you just...
In fairness, you only kind of know of Aurora.
So would it be a check?
It would be a check. It would be a little easier, because, again, Dinah does still exist.
Mm-hmm.
And
you only know her vaguely
just
because of
plug it in
Dinah.
over there. Okay. Plug in.
Yeah.
And then... Yeah. Thanks, sir.
No problem.
Do you think... Okay, so number one, can I roll a base intelligence check to see if I would think that Aurora knows what this place is?
I will say she does. She's gonna try because are there plants on the wall and stuff?
Yeah. There's overgrowth. There's.
I'm gonna try casting Speak with Plants.
You wouldn't have a way of knowing. You don't know her well at all.
Okay.
Speak with plants. Okay. What would you like to say?
As she casts it, she's gonna ask.
Just like some of the vines on the wall.
She's going to look at them and go. Do you guys know what the walls mean about the hummingbird? And why there's a deep sadness in the earth when it's thought about?
Well, they've died.
Did somebody kill them?
Stopped showing up one day. That's all we know. All of them.
All of the hummingbirds?
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't happen to have any clue about what might have happened?
Don't know. I just watch.
Interesting. Thank you. I will see if I can ever find a hummingbird. And if I do, I will definitely send it your direction.
Thank you.
You're
I'd love to see one again.
I would love to see one for the first time.
I know where both of those are. Well, I know where both the things she's talking about are. I don't know if there's a gargantuan that lives there. I have an idea to figure out whether or not she does know about this place. Okay, so I'm gonna send Aurora.
No, I was gonna say with that she
Roll
will,
me a Arcana check.
she will end
14 plus.
The speak with animals.
the Speak with Plants. Yeah.
14 plus 5, 19.
19? Okay. I'll say that's enough to send.
Hey, so this is Ducky, Dinah's brother. Do you know what a hummingbird is?
Can't say I am. Sending is weird. No, I do not. How is Dinah? Have you seen her?
I send back my last spell slot.
Okay.
No, I have not. What about it's called singing bird on the thing?
That's-
Singing bird.
Doesn't ring a bell. Perhaps we can talk in sincere.
Yeah, she has no idea what this place is.
And when you roll an insight check.
Me?
Yeah.
That is a 17 plus. My insight just as high as. Yes, it is. 26.
26. There is more than what she's saying, but seems to be worried about saying it over something.
Oh, fair point, actually. Yeah. Is Sincere on the way to Valdir?
Yes.
Okay. I guess we continue investigating.
Yeah. So, if you guys want to all make investigation checks.
Jesus, can you just roll naturally? Okay. Oh, you're
8.
That's not what I was saying.
oh, your stats. Why didn't you just say that?
I did.
You said, let me see mine.
I figured you knew what I was talking about.
There was a lot of things that could have been yours. Investigation,
That's what I thought.
last one.
Oh.
That's not bad.
I got a 16 plus 3, so 19.
I got a 3 plus 5.
What'd you get?
19.
18.
19.
19?
18.
Okay. It was an 18 DC.
God damn it. I'm good at it too. That's what's frustrating. I'm not the greatest at it. It's not one of my proficiencies, but I'm still good at it.
I have -1.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm like, God damn it.
I rolled a 19, baby.
At least you don't fail me when it matters.
Back door open.
At least they don't fail me when it matters.
They do me. They do me. Not those specific dice, but dice in general. Besides the skelly dice.
My skull dice, yeah.
Rubber dice really don't like to be outside of their dice trays.
No, they do not.
Okay, no in the dice tray. Okay, well, it's mad at me right now. There it is, 18. It was scotch, but it was a natural 20.
Okay.
Okay. Not rolling for anything right now.
You guys find, both of you guys at the same time, quickly see a glimmer of a bluish green. Your initial thought is a gemstone. Kind of over near the symbols you were reading about the singing bird.
And I make an arcana check.
If you go over to it,
And I do go over to it.
you guys see that there is a small ring that kind of wraps around with the shape of a hummingbird.
Do they point this out to me?
Yes.
Okay. I don't wanna pull it from its spot, but can I touch it?
You touch it, you can pick it up.
I'm a little scared of disrespecting the sacredness of this place, so she's just like gently touching it first to make sure nothing bad's gonna happen.
I mean, you don't seem to have any problem. You just look at it. It's beautiful. Bright blues and greens on the hummingbird itself. That kind of is what they thought was the djinn, as it fades to gold in the band itself.
And this is a ring?
Yes.
Can I? I'm gonna take the risk. Can I put it on?
Before you do that, can I cast Identify?
Yes, you can.
Because that's what I was going to do. I was going to be like, I'll do it. I'll put it on. Tell Master Rolf, let me do it. Guys, I think it might be dangerous. Let me try it.
As you do that, I snatch it out of your hands and go, I can just figure out what it is.
I'm taking like she was doing it. She was going to do it first.
And I was like, was I gonna have it? I can figure out what it is without you putting it on.
I got to get used.
She's gonna hand it over once he says that.
I think I got used to playing dark characters.
Yeah, you gotta get used to playing French characters too. There it is. See, I told you
So-
French can be French.
As you send your 10... ritualistically, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Sit there for your good 10, 11 minutes. This is the ring of the hummingbird. What it does is it allows you to, once a day, take 2 reactions in a turn.
What? Interesting. That's cool.
So once a day, you can take 2 reactions.
That's cool.
Does anybody have any reaction-based things?
I mean, I have a few reaction-based things.
Yeah, she does.
Does anybody else? I don't think either me or you do.
I couldn't tell because
Does
my
that mean you could
stats
hold-
are unavailable right
Huh?
now.
I mean, you can hold your action and your bonus action.
No, because holding, you can't hold 2 things. But basically what you could do is you could hold a spell and still have counterspell. But only once a day.
I think you said twice.
Once a day.
You get 2
Okay.
reactions.
2 reactions once a day.
Okay.
2 reactions in a round
But
once a
that's
day.
enough to save you from a power word kill.
It is. Again, Katie also does have a handful of reactions she can
I
do
do.
as well.
I have
But-
a lot. I have actually quite a few.
But so do you.
Oh,
This is, no, both of them this is very useful for.
Drone's
But
like, I smash shit. That's all I do.
yeah, no. This was designed for either Ducky or Seraphine. I figured you guys could fight over it because it's very helpful for the both of you.
Actually, in all fairness, you probably have just as much because you can take your reaction as opportunity attacks.
That is true.
Yep.
It is useful for everyone. The spellcasters, there's a lot of spells that take a reaction.
So I guess you hold on to it until we think we're going to go across the high-level spellcaster.
It does not require attunement. So you put it on until... And so if you need to hand it off quickly, you can.
Question.
Since it does not require attunement.
Question.
Yes.
This might be out of game because I'm curious.
Okay.
Say Seraphina has it and uses it,
Mm-hmm.
and she throws it to Ducky when he puts it on.
It has a magical charge once a day. It is not based off the person.
Fuck! Okay, never mind.
Thank you for clarifying
I
that.
tried.
No, you're good. I'm glad that didn't come up in the heat of battle.
I need to figure out some way of restoring magical charges artificially. That's actually not too bad of an idea. But also could make things busted broken.
It definitely could. But.
Unless we limited it to like a once a day type of thing. And it could be only something that target itself.
Maybe.
I'm
But-
thinking of ways to balance my own ideas.
You guys do explore. It is absolutely beautiful, but kind of haunting.
Seraphina's right at home.
How far do you guys travel in this cave?
I want to travel until something makes me think I shouldn't be traveling anymore.
You keep walking for a good 8 hours if you let yourself walk that long.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Does anyone tell Cyrus?
Oh shit! Wait, no, I can actually. You can.
I don't have message.
You have your bird.
Oh yeah.
The other thing that you said you were gonna do.
Yeah, she's gonna look at her crow and go, "Let Cyrus know we're going to be a while."
I have no more sending, so I
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah. You walk until nightfall. Do you stop to rest or keep walking?
That makes me think that there's something during nighttime that would be here. It's an interesting idea.
I suggest we rest.
But what if we miss something?
Well, it would help you recover your spell slots. In case something
You
happens.
can push forward a little bit longer and then take rest if you'd like.
We should do that. So that way we can see if there's anything special around here at night.
So I'll say you push forward for another about 2 hours. 10 hours of walking altogether. At that point, you see another hole above in this cave, in another valley. This one, a large plate with the head of what resembles a bear.
The brown beast. Is the beast there?
Just the plate.
Seraphina's gonna whisper the brown beast in Druidic.
Yeah. Once again, the wind. This is a very powerful place within the Druidics, within a Druid's world.
We should rest here.
Yeah.
If the bear attacks us, we can try to figure out something else.
Or you could just back up a little bit so you're not right in the bear space.
Oh, I mean, fair.
If you want to stay here, you can. I'm not saying not to.
I'm gonna at least rest until I see a bear.
You rest for 5 days.
No, like if the bear comes within the.
Do you put up a hut or anything? Do you have that?
I do not.
Okay. So I need one of you to make a survival check, or one of you with advantage, or two of you.
Let me do
Maybe
that.
You're good at survival.
Yes, I am.
Am I good at survival?
It's wisdom based.
What's your survival?
Mine?
It's like +5.
Mine's also +5.
I gave him advantage, so you can also roll.
So I said either 2 people roll or 1 person with advantage.
Oh.
You can go ahead and roll with advantage.
Okay, that is 19.
19. You make a solid camp. You start up a fire and kind of set up the branches and things to kind of give you a little bit of cover. As you guys do begin to rest.
It's like 12 minutes go by.
Suddenly you hear You guys do kind of make your way to sleep. Rolf,
Ooh, yay.
first I need you to roll me just a d4.
2.
2. Okay, you do end up at Rolf's stream.
Booyah.
I figured I was going to just go straight into Rolf's stream, but there's only 2 people here, so I figured you had a solid chance of ending up in his.
Pity, pity.
But you were 1 and 3, you were 2 and 4. Once again, you're in that state. No recollection of your previous dream, but whiskey and lime, whiskey and lime, whiskey. And
I
lime,
recognize
whiskey.
this.
Yeah, you do. I need you to make a wisdom save.
I'm so fucking bad.
Can I try to help him?
How?
Yes, I
Just-
stopped shaking my dice.
Does she like? I'm gonna ask. She knows about the whisper. Look at me. Like it's gonna be kind of like she's gonna give him that sense of warning that something is there. Something is.
Out of curiosity, do you have the cantrip guidance? Okay.
I don't even think I can have guidance.
Do you have enhanceability or anything like that? Because technically you are purely a spectator.
It's true. Okay. Do
If
I?
there is something you could cast to assist him, that would be effective. But other than that, you are a spectator.
Let me check. What else spells do I?
It's not a high check either, is it?
It's not super high. It's not like a 10, but it is.
Right.
I will tell you. I guess it's a 16. So it's a little challenging, but not insane.
Yeah.
I mean, if I wanted to, I could change one of my. I could have changed one of my cantrips for the day to be.
Also, you are currently in the process of sleeping, which is when you would do that if you wanted to switch to have guidance.
I will switch primal savagery with guidance for the time being.
Okay. You may roll with a d4.
Okay, cool. That's a 16 plus 2, so 18. Just for flavor. 19.
Serving. Whiskey with lime, whiskey with lime, whiskey with lime, whiskey with lime. Look up. Look up. You do so. A familiar female orc. The one you saw in the bar a couple days ago. As she is making eye contact with you.
I see this.
Kind of looks down at your satchel, looks back at you, and you wake up.
What? Nani?
Do I wake up at this
He
point
can't
too?
check his inventory, sorry.
Nothing. Nothing.
Does your phone have any charge to it at all?
No, it does. I know what's in the inventory. Let's just say that.
You
Did you
do?
read it already?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, not on purpose. I went through my inventory.
Good.
When I was looking for my javelins, and it was like mysterious
That's
note.
how I wanted you to find it.
It was like
I wanted you to
mysterious
find it on your
note,
own.
and I was like, what? I
But
didn't put
I'm
that
trying
in
to
there.
provide as many plot hooks as possible so you have plenty of ways to go.
Right.
You're gonna have to tell me if something in the inventory's on it.
I'm not
Well,
going to.
I was
I'll
waiting.
tell you, I'm not going to.
I didn't want to bring it
will
up because I
never
was
look in
like,
my D&D Beyond inventory.
I was waiting because I didn't know if you wanted me to do that. So I
No,
was like,
I put them in your. It's been in your inventory since you saw her.
oh shit.
Yeah,
no,
so
I
I was
saw
just,
it.
if you guys would have seen it last session, you saw it last session. I just this way, because I was talking to Destiny, I was like, I don't know if they're gonna see it on their own, and so I was like, I'm planting the hooks.
Yeah, I went and I saw it. I was trying to play fetch with some doggies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I was like, I didn't put no mysterious note in here.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot what it said, but it said meet her somewhere. Meet someone somewhere.
Yep.
At Dara. It said Dara something.
Nice.
So
Sounds cool, bro. Is there a bear?
yeah, as you guys do wake up, there is a sleeping bear.
I walk up to the bear. Can I roll animal handling? Fuck. Just to seem non-threatening, not to like tame it or anything.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll animal handling.
That is a 19 plus 6.
Okay. It stays sleeping.
Hello? How you doing today?
It is asleep.
Interesting. Was there anything different about this area than the Jackal's area?
Just primarily instead of dog, canine-like symbols, there's a lot of bear-like symbols. With your 120 feet, since you have more vision, if you kind of walk over to where the tunnel, you do see as there's a tunnel collapse about 120 feet down that path. Dead end.
Drolf. You're big, strong, right?
No, I'm really weak.
Damn. Guess I don't need your help. And I continue. I walk toward the cabin.
I mean, you asked the dumbest question. I'm gonna give you a dumbass answer.
Okay, you walk over towards the cabin. It is a lot.
I follow him towards the cave. What do you want me to do? Smash it?
Not smash it. We need to figure out a way through this thing.
I just start lifting rocks then.
You start moving rocks. How much time are you willing to dedicate to that? It's a major cave-in.
How much time are we willing to dedicate to this?
I'm trying to figure it out. What do you think?
Would climbers get help with that?
It's collapsed to the top.
What about a dungeoneering kit? Got me a crowbar.
Yes, your crowbar will open up the cave.
Well, no, but it would help.
I know.
Leviosa.
Leviosa, not
I would
Leviosa.
say no more than a few hours max.
Again, you guys can bang your heads against it, but it's.
How far do we get into the cave?
Also, you guys you probably get a good. These are heavy rocks, and a lot of it. You can probably get a good 10, 15 foot trying to push in, even after a couple hours. These are.
I try to cast Misty Step to go through it.
To what?
To go through it.
You have to see where you're going with Misty Step.
Do you?
Yes.
Well, that's something that I haven't done yet. I cast Detect Magic.
Huh?
I cast Detect Magic.
Oh, this place is full of druidic magic. Every marking has druidic magic. Every symbol of an animal has druidic magic.
What school of magic is it?
That's a good question. It's something between divination, evocation, and necromancy.
Evocation.
But
Necromancy.
necromancy, not in the sense of zombies, but in the sense of revival.
Evocation?
That's what Cure Wounds is.
I thought evocation was like... That doesn't have which school of magic it's from. Oh yeah, it does. Interesting. I was thinking evocation like fireball.
Yeah, I mean, it is also fireball, but it is also Cure Wounds, weirdly enough.
I
I
feel
would
like
say
that's
just
what we should
because
do.
it's druidic magic and Seraphina knows it, she's very connected to it. She would know this is more of like a place of healing and rest, right?
Yes. And protection. So I guess a lot of abjuration as well.
That's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
I was just curious. That's
Yeah,
what I thought
so
it was going to be.
heavily abjuration, but basically it is a place of protection and healing and revival.
Hey, did you take Speak with Animals? Can you learn that yet?
I can. I switch out my spells every day.
Did you take it is my question.
Yes.
That means we can talk to the animals now.
I can only cast it so many times, so...
There's only 2 animals that we know of.
Well, 4.
Yeah, the puppers wouldn't have really any, like, insight to this area, though.
I'm just correcting you.
I cast Power Word Kill on Giraffe.
Drop actually has too much health for that.
Bitch. I cast Die on Giraffe.
It's super effective.
I guess you get to bring in your French character.
Oh, mon ami. It's me. Mario.
It's me, Mario. I guess.
So, what do you guys do?
To throw him into a vat of lava. I gotta go back and talk to the bear.
I'm waiting on you guys to come up with a solution to this.
Solution.
Or whatever you want to do, because I
I
can
mean-
lift these fucking rocks all day.
We could destroy it if we really wanted to. But
But all I want out of this is the dog.
I don't know if we're getting the dog.
You shut your mouth. You shut your mouth.
Okay. How are we getting the dog?
I'll figure that
Well, now we can speak with animals.
out. Our ship could be like it's, we could tie a leash to the ship and we could just...
I would suggest not tying up a sacred creature.
I'm not tying up a sacred creature.
Yes,
the sacred creature is my puppy.
that should be free to come and go as it pleases.
What do they eat? God damn.
I don't know. I'll feed it whatever it wants. Don't just fucking ruin this for me. Let me have this.
This is something that I've wanted for a hot minute.
Puppy?
Since like the start of
Since he found out they existed.
Yeah, the gargantuan animals.
Oh, yeah?
Now, I've talked to Zion about it for so long, and Zion for the longest time said, "You're not at high enough level for me to allow you to have that yet."
How much damage can a gargantuan animal
It's
do?
a gargantuan animal.
Fair.
Now, do we want to use it in combat? No. Holy shit, Zion. We need to... I have a magic item idea.
Oh, my God.
It's for the dog, not for me.
I know.
And you know exactly what I'm thinking of. Maybe.
Is it to summon it in a fight?
No.
Oh.
It's to go over his claws that way we can cut through dimensions, and it could be our interplanar travel.
Oh, my God. Fenrir.
He's basically thinking. He's
That's
thinking of the
about-
lion from Steven Universe.
No, I'm thinking of Fenrir from God of War.
We'll get you there. Why?
I don't know. It's just we'll get you there someday. My first reaction was to be like, "Shut up."
I meant it as like a sincere, like, you'll play God of War and you'll get there.
It's alright.
That's what I meant it
I guess we
as.
should head
I
back,
didn't mean
right?
it as a
Okay.
fucking smack.
So you start making your way back.
Like, there's no way we're getting through the cave in, right, Zion?
No.
Okay.
You guys spend another 10 hours.
Did we stop talking to Black Brown Bear? What do you
I
think?
think it's still asleep. I think we should leave.
Yeah, it is asleep.
We can stop talking to him.
I wonder if I pet it, if it'll wake
I wonder if you fall asleep if you'll go into a stream.
Do you want to test that?
up. Sleep on her or some shit like that?
Even if I cast sleep on her, sleep is a useless spell. We'd have to get her down to 30 HP.
Do you want me to try? Is what I'm asking.
I'm curious.
My first thought was, I can punch her in the face.
Sleep!
She lays down to rest.
You just woke up. I guess you spent an hour or two on the cave-in.
We spent 2 hours.
Yeah.
So she's physically exhausted, probably.
Yeah, I'll say make a con save to try and get yourself to sleep. Because you did just wake up recently.
I'm only trying this because you guys were like, please, please.
No. That was Ducky.
And also, I just said we could.
I'm okay with that.
18.
18? Okay. I'll say it takes you a minute, but you do get yourself.
Do they
Lull
actually
yourself to
sleep?
sleep.
I thought they like meditated and then just like floated into other people's dreams.
Huh? Well, yes, but they're basically how I picture it is their body goes to rest and then their spirit goes to dreams.
Well, I was thinking more of it like a.
She
like a
cannot
potion.
dream. She cannot create her own dream. Like
know.
she cannot dream.
I know.
Yeah, so what were you saying?
I was thinking more of like elvish trance, but instead of still being conscious,
Oh.
you use your spirit goes elsewhere.
That's not how I've imagined it. We could look into it between sessions.
Perfect.
But that's not how I've imagined it. But,
Interesting.
as you go,
Also, she can't put to sleep by magic means.
No, I can be put to sleep by magical means. I cannot be made to dream by magical means. I am not immune to sleep. I am immune to dream.
Are you about to look up if bears dream?
That's exactly what I did. And they do.
Do they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, they have REM sleep, which is associated with dreams, so we assume so. We obviously can't ask a bear, but they do reach REM sleep.
Big to differ.
Do you want to go ask a bear? Do you want to go out and ask a bear, Brady? I'm sure he'd love to answer.
Yo! Do you dream?
Yeah, basically, this is what
Do
it
robots
says.
dream of electric sheep?
This is what it says. It says you are immune to magical
just read
spells and effects that require you to dream, like the dream spell, but not to spells and effects that put you to sleep, like the sleep spell.
Also, they do sleep.
Hmm?
They do sleep. I just googled it real quick.
So, I'll say you do enter a dream, but it is just dreaming of hunting. It's not dreaming of anything in particular, anything special. Just like it is running through the woods, hunting prey.
Those were close. I don't know that yet.
After about an hour later, you wake up. Again, it dreamed what an animal. You imagine an animal would dream.
I'm just not surprised by this, and she tells them as such. She's like, oh, it's just a normal animal dream.
Fair. Let's go back to our wolf.
You take the 10-hour trek, unless you guys have something to make that go faster.
No.
I only have Pass Without Trace.
Could you wild shape into like a warhorse or something?
I could.
Yeah, that would help you go faster.
Yeah.
With that, knowing you've been down this path before, you feel a little more confident with just moving. With that, you were able to reduce it down to like an 8-hour trek. Save yourself some time. You do get back, and you see that the two pups are still there, but the jackal itself has made its way out for the time being.
Fuck.
Would you like me to cast Speak with Animals to at least talk to the puppies?
Didn't they make it their way out?
The puppies are still here. It's the big one that's gone.
Sure. Ask her where his mom went.
She's
Even your mom.
She casts Speak with Animals and she relays the question.
All right. Hunting.
So she'll be back soon.
What
They
does
said-
she hunt?
She's out hunting.
Hunting, just like deer for us.
And she's just relaying this. Just basically the translator now.
So are you gonna be grow up to be that big someday?
I hope so. That'd be cool.
So cute. So cute. I want one.
Well, we should best be making our way back to the ship. Thank you for allowing us to see
You
your home.
just said
Yeah.
you were gonna. You just said it was gonna be back soon.
We'll probably catch her on the way out.
I don't think Giraffe is leaving without our puppy.
He's gonna have to. You cannot force a gargantuan creature to do anything.
I don't want to force the gargantuan creature to do anything. We had a bond. I threw a stick and he liked it.
Oh my god.
What?
We could get a giant stick and tie it to the end of the boat. And it would just follow the ship.
A forever game of catch or fetch.
One day catches the stick and just pulling the shit back with.
Every single day of travel,
Just imagine
Ryan
Giraffe
makes a
like
check.
walking to the edge. Fenrir! No! 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 Drop it! Now!
Here, let me throw it again. It starts running.
But as you guys kind of... Are you staying or are you making your way back?
Make our way back.
My vote was on staying, but I guess it's part of it.
I mean, she is right.
You guys
We can't
do
force
see
it.
the jackal which you wish to name Fenrir.
No, its name is Fenrir.
making its way in your general direction. Its head is kind of high. It probably won't notice you unless you make an effort to do so.
Oh, of course.
I'm gonna cast speak because this only lasts 10 minutes. And I assume it's been over 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna cast speak with animals again. Just be like, hello.
Fenrir.
And then she's
It's
going
kind
to
of-
relay that. My friends do
Down.
wish to call you Fenrir. What would you actually call yourself?
I am the jackal.
Just the jackal, no name?
Yes. Well, the jackal.
The jackal.
What do you eat?
I do not require sustenance.
Huh. Are we friends now?
We are acquainted.
So it's gonna take work to be your friend.
Yeah.
I'm not usually able to speak. I am sometimes able to understand.
So, did this place used to, out of curiosity, don't mind me asking, did this place used to be teeming with druids?
Centuries ago,
What happened to him?
they moved on. Just as all small beings tend to.
What about you? How old are you?
As old as I am, I don't know.
It's not him. What is his intelligence?
Pretty decent.
God damn it, of course you would say that.
Were you gonna,
Fucking hate you.
were you gonna try to tame it?
No, I was gonna cast Awaken whenever I had the high enough spell slots.
So I will tell you this now that you are speaking to it.
Mm-hmm.
It is able to understand certain languages already. It is not physically capable of speech outside of this.
Hmm.
So, like, it is smart enough to communicate. It just does not have the parts to be able to communicate.
So sad now. God, I want to get a big dumb bird. His name would be Bird Brain, and I love him. Zion, please make the bird dumb.
We'll see. Well, while I'm able to communicate, do you have any questions for me?
Do you have any idea of what might have happened to the hummingbird?
It was killed.
Do you know who, a general idea of who killed it, what killed it?
One day, the hummingbird stopped coming.
What if it wasn't killed?
But rather maybe trapped, confined.
It was killed.
How are you sure, just out of curiosity?
Because a part of me died with it.
So you can sense whether the other great beings are alive or not.
Vaguely, yes. The hummingbird is not the only we've lost.
But there is no hummingbirds in the area. So when it died, did it take it all with them?
Yes.
So if there are hummingbirds existing, what would that mean?
It depends on how or where.
So there's an area where I'm from called the Freedom Lands. It's just a land that is just magically, like, nobody can leave or get in to protect the elves from harm. And there are hummingbirds teeming everywhere there.
Then it is probably disconnected from our web, if you will.
So if something were to get trapped there, would you be able to tell the difference?
I do not know the answer.
Would there possibly
I am
be?
unfamiliar with that place's existence.
Would you like to see it someday?
Perhaps.
Would you happen to know of any way to possibly resurrect or recreate any of the great ones, if that were even an option?
No.
How were you created?
One day I was. How do you remember your birth?
I mean, no, but I know what created me.
If you were...
Did you just pop into existence as a big creature?
I do not know.
I've slept.
Yes, you have.
I sent to Leothorn.
Okay.
What do you know about giant beasts? I know I've been asking a lot. There's a lot going on right now, dog.
I mean, there's a lot of giant beasts. What do you mean?
In the material plane, like big animals, like enormous, like what are they, colossal? No.
Gargantuan.
Gargantuan animals.
Oh,
I assume you probably were around whenever they were first created.
Back door open.
no.
They're before your time?
I just burnt.
I know, but it sounded pretty painful actually. You're like,
In a sense.
Are we talking like 10th level spell?
No.
Okay.
She sends this time. The best way I can explain. The Sundering was a rebirth for them. They existed before, but not these ones specifically.
Do you know what created them?
They are of celestial nature.
God of nature. I came to my own conclusions.
I was about to say, Seraphine is already thinking, like, if I could just get powerful. In my head, I was sitting, I was already cooking up a plan. I was like, if I get high enough level, if I become powerful enough, maybe I could resurrect.
So, you are running out of time on this. I will not be able to respond outside of magically this way.
Back door open.
But I can understand the languages of nature and gods.
Celestial and druidic?
I believe so.
I was asking you. But
It's a fair assumption.
Dolph just walks up and starts painting.
I know both of these languages.
As you kind of feel the duration end on the spell.
Dolph just walks up and starts petting her.
It accepts.
do you get the spell enlarge at some point? Can you learn that spell?
Can you have my phone? See how charged it is?
Because if you can learn it, and I can learn it, technically we can get Gerolf up to large?
Huge.
Huge? I thought huge was the... I guess no, large.
Medium,
huge,
large, huge.
Which makes him 20 feet tall, right? No, because enlarge doubles your size.
20 foot.
I can learn
So
large.
large double, so
Enlarge would enlarge.
huge is 22-30, so it'd still be huge, but
Okay. So how tall is it on like all fours?
on all fours, still like 60-70 foot.
Because normally animals at least double their size, so like 60.
But the jackal continues walking. And you do see it kind of get down and back with a deer and start walking towards the temple.
In Celestia, I go, hey, we'll meet again. Don't know when.
Just kind of looks back and walks back to the temple.
We're gonna build a bond with this thing, and then we're gonna make it freaking just be our best bud.
So, if you would like to know, you are in the forests just north of South Fornical. If you want to write that down.
So Zion,
Yes.
can we have like an affinity meter for the dog?
You always have to build a connection with it.
No, like an affinity meter.
You always have to make a connection with it.
What does that mean, Zion?
Just come back and visit every once in a while.
Yeah, that's what affinity meter is. It's like, oh.
Yeah, but just it's not going to be like as trackable. Do you have? I have so many other things I'm tracking actively. You keep scaring me.
South corner?
Yeah, about a day north of South Fornical. Right. As you make your way back up to the Sky Martyr, we're going to go ahead and take our break here. If you're watching on YouTube, the next episode of this will probably be released tomorrow. And again, starting in 2 weeks, which is, what is that? 2 weeks from recording, not necessarily from release of this video.
I have a +1 spear. I don't know where I got it.
Probably for like a random magic item loot.
Maybe.
So January 11th, we should be back live again. So we're not doing this video thing. But we will see you guys in the next one.